Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here in June. I'm very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I won't do the touching. Are you feeling charitable? Smash the like button and the subscribe button, and please do follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Breaking news, exclusive from Humberto Gonzalez from The Wrap. Michael Keaton in talks to reprise his role as Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, in the Flashpoint movie alongside Ezra Miller. This is breaking right now. Let's read the article. Batman returns, Michael Keaton in talks to play Bruce Wayne in The Flash. Movie exclusive. After nearly 30 years, Michael Keaton is in talks to return to the role of Batman to appear alongside Ezra Miller in Warner Brothers' upcoming movie, The Flash. The Wrap has learned exclusively talks with Keaton are in a very early stage. It's far from a sure thing and could go either way. No details are currently available about how big or small Keaton's role is. The plot will introduce general audiences to the idea of the multiverse, one of the core concepts underpinning DC Comics. For the non-fanboy set, the multiverse refers to a shifting number of alternate universes that coexist within the larger reality depicted in DC Comics, originally created to explain various contradictory changes the company's characters experienced over decades. It allows several different versions of the same characters to simultaneously exist and occasionally interact. Matt Reeves' upcoming The Batman will not be affected, and Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne is still viewed as the future of the franchise. But of course, before I carry on, they're all the future of the franchise. The future of DC films is this multiverse. It goes beyond one film. It's a whole franchise, this multiverse. And anything's possible, and anything can cross over with anything else. This is very ambitious from Walter Hamada and AT&T and Warner Media. This is so big, and it blows Disney and the MCU out of the window. One notable component is the idea that in every single universe, Earth is always home to a larger than normal number of superpowered heroes and villains, whose actions often have galaxy-spanning consequences. DC has been planting the seeds of the multiverse for the last several years. It was introduced in the CW's Arrowverse franchise with Supergirl and Black Lightning, expressly established as being in separate universes from Arrow, The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. But most recently, during the CW's crossover event, Crisis on Infinite Earths movies such as Wonder Woman and Justice League were confirmed as part of the Arrowverse multiverse when the Barry Allen played by Grant Gustin on the CW encountered Miller's Barry Allen. And while it's still not known how the multiverse concept will play out in other future DC comic movies, it certainly expands the available options for Warner Brothers as it develops them, just in case it wants to find a way to pit Joaquin Phoenix's Joker against, say, the current version of Aquaman. Wouldn't that be awesome? Keaton first played Batman Bruce Wayne in Tim Burton's 1989 blockbuster of the same name, a critical and financial success that changed how superhero films were viewed and paved the way for the genre's future box office domination. Keaton's casting was initially controversial among fans, as he was primarily known for broad comedies, but his performance, particularly how he used his comedic background in his portrayal of Bruce Wayne to differentiate it from Batman, was widely praised and is now recognised as a seminal moment in comic book films. Keaton last played Batman in 1992's Batman Returns, one of my favourite Batman movies, by the way, but quit the role during development of a third film after Burton was pushed out as director and replaced with Joel Schumacher, who took the series in a campier direction. I want to talk about him in a minute. With 95's Batman Forever and its much reviled 97 follow-up Batman and Robin, this article was written before tonight, where it was sadly confirmed that Joel Schumacher has died at the age of 80. And I just want to cover this really, really quickly. Joel made some amazing movies and was sadly and wrongly, trashed about Batman and Robin and Batman Forever. I took those films for what they were, and I've done a video about this before on my channel. A really good director, and I enjoyed his Batman movies for what they were as well. So R.I.P. Joel Schumacher, a Hollywood great, one of the great directors. It's not easy being a director. It's a challenging, it's stressful, and it's a pure art form. And these people, no matter if we like their films or not, need to be respected for the effort, you know, blood, sweat and tears they put in to their art form. Let's continue. But The Flash will disregard the latter two entries entirely and explore what Keaton's version of Batman has been up to since we saw him last. Yeah, so basically what he's saying here, they're going to ignore Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Fair enough. So let's start again. But The Flash will disregard the latter two entries entirely and explore what Keaton's version of Batman has been up to since we last saw him. Loosely based on the 2011 DC Comics crossover event Flashpoint, previously announced as the film's title at Comic-Con 2017. The story sees Ezra Miller's Barry Allen travel back in time to prevent the death of his mother. The result, Allen inadvertently creates another universe protected by Michael Keaton's Batman, now 30 years older. Now, this is interesting because what does this say about Jeffrey Dean Morgan's rumours of coming back? It actually would look like that Dean Morgan actually isn't in talks and his role isn't happening and he's being replaced with Michael Keaton. Now, this is a bittersweet. This is really bittersweet for me if this is true. We will see. It Chapter 2 director Andres Muschietti is set to direct the Flash movie from the latest draft of the script from Birds of Prey writer Christina Hodson. Barbara Muschietti and Michael Disco are producing. The Flash is eyeing a 2021 production start, the subject to COVID-19 protocols. Keaton is rep by ICM Partners. We don't care about that. Look, this is absolutely massive. And this is the big thing now, isn't it? What happens with this now? You know, what happens with the Jeffrey Dean Morgan rumours? We don't know. Does this mean if Keaton comes in, Morgan's out? We just do not know. And I think this is going to upset fans if Keaton comes in instead of Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It would upset me, but I'd be happy to see Michael Keaton there, and a lot of people would. And I think even though Snyderverse fans would be upset about that, I think the broad, you know, movie fans and comic book fans will be more excited about that. So we'll see how this plays out. And of course, we will cover this a lot more in depth in tomorrow's DC Daily. But that's breaking. Michael Keaton in talks to reprise his role as Batman and Bruce Wayne in Andres Muschietti's Flash movie alongside Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller must be really excited about this. He's a right geek and a nerd. This is massive breaking news, and this just shows you what AT&T are doing with this IP. They recognise the potential. Finally, for years, we wanted this. Someone to grab DC movies by the scruff of the neck and make them as awesome as the comics, right? And, you know, capture our imaginations. For a DC fan like me and you, this is pure dream time. Let's see how it develops. And I'll see you tomorrow on the DC Daily. See you again soon.